Hey guys, Keaton here. Today I'm going to show you how to install the Rainier Shorty on the 4th gen Tacomas. This is specifically for a camper rack, so it fits underneath a camper. We've tested the Super P and GFC, but it may work for your application if you do some research or reach out to us at info@sherpaec.com. The first thing you're going to want to do is unbox the whole rack and make sure that all of the hardware and the components align with the PDF, which will be linked down in the description below. All right, so first up, we're going to be actually building the mounting feet going onto the crossbar. So we're first going to drop our T-nuts in here. They should drop in pretty easily. If you can't, kind of just slide them back and forth and you'll see them kind of fall into place. From here, we're going to take a washer, put it through the hex bolt, and then take the more narrow side of the mount itself, face it outwards, and then tighten it up. These are hand tightened for now, so you can adjust as you're going along. Now that we got one set up, we're going to duplicate that on the other side. So it's going to come with two different size spacers. The smaller of the two is the front one, where the bigger one is the rear one. We're going to insert these aluminum spacers into the actual rubber spacer itself, and then bring it up to the rack. You want to make sure that when you're inserting the aluminum spacers that you're inserting the small ones into the smaller one, and then the taller ones into the taller one. Now that we're up here, the first thing we're going to need to do is remove the plastic pieces that come on the stock Tacomas. Basically take any trim tool and you can just easily pop them out. From here, once the plastics are off, you're going to feel for these little like indents basically, and that's where the holes are going to be. You're going to take a screwdriver, something that's sharp, and just kind of punch through, and then you'll reveal the actual mounting holes for the rubber stopper. There, we're going to take the smaller of the two rubber spacers, place it on here, take our assembled crossbar with the mount, and line that up like so. From there, we're going to take our hex bolts with the bonded washers and insert those into the actual roof of the truck through both the mounting feet as well as the rubber spacer. Again, we left this loose so that we could adjust the crossbar to fit the actual side plates, which we'll get to here in a moment. So now we're going to take a 10mm wrench and use that to tighten these mounting feet up. You're only going to want to hand crank them. We don't want to go too tight as to warp the actual rubber spacer. You're going to want to make sure you go back and forth, tightening them up along the way. We don't want to tighten one up really tight and then droop the actual rubber spacer. So we're going to want to make sure we go kind of back and forth and just tighten them both equal amount. From here, we're going to take the thicker of the two rubbers, slot that into the mounting spot, and then use our actual mounting feet to then mount these and then put the hex bolts through them. All right, so first we're going to take the rubber spacer and align those over our punch through holes, then take the actual mounting bracket itself, align those over the holes so it's facing outwards. Take the hex bolts and then punch those guys through. It may take you a little bit just to kind of feel around to get the actual holes lined up. And then you're just going to hand tighten those so that we can tighten them down with the tool here momentarily. Just like the front one, we're going to want to make sure we tighten down both screws equally as we go and not just tightening one down and then the other. That'll help from warping the actual rubber feet and give you a nice seal that doesn't allow any water in. After that, we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So we got all four mounts on the truck ready to go.
From here, you're going to want to use a tape measure and center all of the bars on the vehicle. Measure from the inside edge of the mount to the outside face of the crossbar and make sure these are equal on both sides of the vehicle.
From here, we're going to want to tighten the actual crossbar to the feet themselves. So what I would suggest is pulling up on the crossbar and pulling the feet back so that this is nice and flat here. And then we'll take a 7/16 wrench and tighten it up. Next thing is going to be the side plates. We'd recommend putting a towel or something soft that can kind of just take the loose weight of the side plate while you're mounting them above both the passenger and the driver's side. All right, so the first thing we're going to do here is line it up. You're going to want to put the most rear front slot lined up with the actual mounted crossbar here. We're then going to take these socket bolts with a washer on them and insert them into the actual crossbar. You're just going to want to hand tighten these until we get the rears in so we can adjust them as we go. So we're going to take this same bolt here, put it through the back mount with this first washer on the outside of the side plate. Then we're going to take this second washer, kind of sandwich the side plate, and then tighten it up with this nut here at the end. So I would suggest just doing one so you can have the actual space of it correct. Then take the next one and slide it in, and then we can button it all up and tighten it up. Now that we got the bolts on, we're going to take the two additional washers and put them on the back side of here. From here, we're going to take one of the nuts, place it on the back of the actual bolt, using a Allen key to kind of keep things tight and not from spinning around as much. All right, so now we're going to come back to the front and tighten these guys up. You're going to make sure that The actual crossbar bolts themselves are just centered within this little track here. So that looks about good to me. This way it's going to contour to the actual body lines of the truck and just look the best and sound the best, ride the best, etc. From there, we're going to take the 7/16 wrench, place it on the back to make sure that we can actually tighten it, and then we'll just tighten it up. Now we're going to do the same thing just on the other side. From here, we're going to take our wind fairing and bolt it to one of the crossbars. We're just going to take 6 of the socket bolts, place them through the holes on the front of the wind fairing to line up with the channel on the back here with some T-nuts and bolt it in, and then you have the wind fairing all ready to go. We're going to mount the actual wind fairing onto the truck. If you have a buddy, now's a great time to grab him just so you don't scratch the truck up at all. Otherwise, if you place these towels, that will help as well. So we're basically just going to slot it in here, make sure that it's not resting on the actual paint of the vehicle. Grab our socket bolts here and then push them through so we get that in place. I would suggest just getting both bolts in one side. You don't have to tighten it super tight, but just get it hand tightened enough to where it's not sliding down, and then you can tackle the other side a lot more easily. And then we will do the same thing on the opposite side here. Again, I would just hand tighten them so you can adjust the fairing to fit the body lines of the truck best and give you the least amount of whistle as possible. All right, now we're gonna grab our 5/32 Allen key, line the bottom of the fairing up with the bottom of the side plate here, and then just tighten it up. And then we're gonna do the same for this side. Again, just lining this bad boy up here and tightening it up. We're gonna mount this stabilizing bracket to the crossbar and then the side plate here. So first off, we're gonna take these T-nuts and slot them into this front channel here. We're then gonna wanna space them equidistant as these holes are here. So basically what I would do is kind of try to line it up as much as possible. This first T-nut is gonna be pretty close to the edge, and then this next one's gonna be about an inch, maybe an inch and a half wider. All right, then once we got the actual bracket here mounted up, we're gonna take one of these really small socket buttons and use that to tighten it up. From here, you'll notice the front part of the bracket is lined up perfectly with this side channel here. So we're gonna take one of these longer socket buttons with 2 washers and tighten that guy up as well. Now we're gonna do the exact same thing for this one on this side. Now grab a 5/32 Allen wrench for these 2 guys, as well as a 7/16 wrench for tightening up this one. All right, and the final step is gonna be installing the last crossbar. It's gonna slot into this side slot here. Honestly, it's adjustable to however you wanna configure it for what you wanna throw up on the little tiny baby rack here up front. So let's throw it on. All right, once you get the last bolt into the last crossbar, that will wrap up the install for the Rainier Shorty. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, info@sherpaec.com. Otherwise, yeah, I think it should be pretty straightforward. We went over all the steps, so should be able to conquer this in an afternoon in your driveway. And yeah, till the next one. See you later, guys. Oh.